All right, man. How we doing today, man? It's week one. Hey, we're live. Yeah, this is me. This is real time here. I'm your host, Running Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My 95ers, let me hear you roar. This is 1995, The Roar, the channel for the fans, by a fan, restoring the roar, man. It's kickoff week. Don't it feel so good to have football back, huh? I'm a fanatic myself. Hopefully, some of you guys are. And man, we back in the saddle here, baby. What can we expect? Today's episode, we're talking about Beyond the Field. Are the Carolina Panthers mentally ready? I didn't want to get too deep. I guess I'm kind of am a little bit deep. We'll find out here in just a minute. But we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers and where we at up until this point, going in from the preseason to this point, and are they mentally sharp? And I wanted to kind of break down what you're going to expect out of Liam Combs' offense, and also I think it's Antonelli, the former Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator's scheme as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start off by getting caught up with the injury report. How about that? That sound good? Oh, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, man. Hit the subscribe button, like, share, just as a courtesy, man. I know you know I'm not the biggest in the world, but just show me some love with that. I greatly appreciate that, man. Shout out to Tammy States. Duck Duck Goose, what's up, Wallace the Drummer, Underground West, KJ, shout out to you, Mr. Clean. Let's go, baby. Let's go indeed. Injury report for today. Akeem McQuanu, left tackle, who's been out with appendicitis surgery here. He did not practice today. According to Joe Persons, he showed a video on online of him walking up and down the sideline here. Status is still unknown or up in the air as far as for week one against the Jaguars here. Let's follow that up with guard Damian Lewis, who's been dealing with shoulder and ankle injury, left practice today. Damari Mathis, cornerback, had a knee issue there. And Robert Hunt dealing with a foot issue, left practice today. Not the way you want to start a season off, right? What's up, Doug? How you doing, brother? I see you, man. Yes, sir. What's up, Doug? Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with this offensive line. I wish I could give you a better introspective here, but that's it. That's our injury update here, man. And according to the Jaguars here, they got a cornerback. What is this? Montre Brown dealing with ankle issues. Wyatt Millam, offensive tackle, knee issues, did not practice. And Cole Van Lansen, guard, dealing with a shoulder issue as well, man. So both sides of the ball are dealing with issues here, man. But at the end of the day, next man up mentality, okay? Before we actually I got a nice little presentation for you guys. Let's move on to what's going around with the Carolina Panthers, okay? If you're in Charlotte, man, off of 4624 Monroe Road, Charlotte, North Carolina, Sunday, they're having a watch party at the $2 Saloon. $2 Saloon, okay? Make sure you guys listen. I don't live in Charlotte. I wish I was in Carolina. I would be at the stadium. I would be at all these events, okay? I'm a fanatic, so I would be everywhere. But come out, represent, right? Go down here to $2 Saloon. They said the first 50 beers are on the Panthers, okay? I don't know if you guys like to drink, whatever, but the first 50 beers are on the Carolina Panthers. Hop out there. Shout out to them, man. Pop out, show some love. Other news here, the Panthers are doing a kickoff rally, pep rally. Excuse me. Panthers are doing a pep rally Friday, September 5th, 5 p.m., 7 p.m. at the Bowl at the Ballotine. Panthers legends Philly Brown and Demir Bird will be there. That's right, man. Panthers legend Philly Brown and Demir Bird will be there. Again, man, if you're in the city, man, pop out, show some love, man. Enjoy yourself. Again, man, it's opening week, or kickoff week, or however you want to call it, man. So they're doing a lot, man. Shout out to the Panthers. And last but not least, Xavier Legette is making waves off the field and on the field. You're going to get a chance to have a taste of Legette with his new coon sandwich. I'm not joking. Panthers are giving you a taste of Legette with a fresh coon sandwich. Hold on, keep that shit together. Keep it together. Coming this far, Bank of America Stadium, you'll get your Mullins taste on with the hot shot receiver and his I don't know if this is real coon, but what is this? It's a barbecue brisket sandwich, or what he calls it, a raccoon on bread. Coming to Bank of America Stadium. Lord help us. All right, that's it for Carolina Panthers news when it comes to up to date. I'm sorry, man. That took a lot out of me there. So yeah, man, let's get into our main presentation here. I got a nice little treat for you guys. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Yeah, let's get into it, man. Carolina Panthers coon sandwiches. All right, let me stop. All right, man. Shout out to MJ for that super donation. Big Cat, man, thank you for that, man. I appreciate you on that super sticker. That's the first on the channel, man. Thank you. All right, let's get into it here, man. What do we know so far? All right, this preseason, Bryce Young has been madly inconsistent, but he has limited volume. So if I'm going to be fair, you can't say one without the other. We've seen him do some good things against the Browns that made us say, wow, this could really be a special season. Then we've seen him do not so good things against the Texans. And we only seen a little bit of him, okay? So in perspective, volume size, small, but he's been inconsistent, right? Penalties. Penalties all preseason long, right? Penalties in training camp, penalties in preseason. They have been haunting us all season long. So, yeah, that's not good going into the season, but that's what we got. O-line inconsistency as well. Going up against the Houston Texans, we had a very good look at a really good front, although it be for one series, and it did not go the way I would hope for it to go through, right? So, O-line inconsistency. Coach has been preaching toughness. I'm a little bit worried about that. If you got to preach a millionaire how to be tough, you know what I mean? Yeah, that just, it doesn't sit well with me. Just the fact that you have to preach that, you know what I mean? I mean, football is a physical game. It's hard to imagine anybody playing this game without being tough, mentally or physically. So that's what we know. And the defense still has had some leaks, okay? So defense has still had some leaks on the field. Although I think, it's not going to be as bad as it was last year. I still think, we got a far ways to go, right? So that's what we know about this preseason. Also, this preseason, injuries, and more injuries. Akeem Ekwonu dealing with appendicitis, emergency appendicitis. Again, his status is up to day-to-day, going up until Sunday. Damian Lewis with his foot and shoulder. Hey, man, my guess is about as good as yours. Second year for this guy, along with Robert Hunt. So this is concerning here. $100 million guys coming in here for this offensive line, breaking down in year 2. I don't know how severe it is. I don't want to overly emphasize any kind of panic, so I don't know, but I do know he's on the injury report for those injuries, okay? Princey Manley still dealing with the shoulder issue as well. Andy Dalton had the elbow issue coming out of preseason. T-Mac at one point was on the injury roster. He's not on there now. He had a hamstring issue. And Nick Scorton was dealing with collapsed lung, unfortunately for him. What is his status? I don't see him on the injury report. I don't know if he's a go or not for Sunday. So a lot of injuries. I often say this. I said this before. I don't know if the Carolina Panthers are cursed or what, man. But, it just seems like at the wrong time, things go bad for us, man, right when the season's about to start. As far as trades and signings, Adam Thielen was traded for a 5th-round pick in 2026. And we picked up a 4th-round pick in 2027. If you ask me, shout out to Dan Morgan. Did a heck of a deal. Adam Thielen's 35 years old. He wasn't worth that. I'm going to keep it a buck. And so from the reports that I've been reading, it seems like the Vikings tried to finesse their way into Adam Thielen with like a 6th or 7th-round pick. And Dan Morgan said, get out of here. And so we got what we got. And shout out to Morgan for great willing and dealing. Hunter Renfrow was re-signed. He's been dealing with a GI issue, a gastrointestinal injury. I don't know, not injury, but it's a condition. I don't know if it's colitis. I don't know if it's Crohn. It's an intestinal issue. So I don't know how severe it was. It was to the point to where Dan Morgan at one point didn't know if he was fully healthy. So I don't know if he mysteriously just got healthy right away or what. But prayers up to him. Something to keep your eye on with that situation as well. And then we got Hendon Hooker from the Detroit Lions, who was waived from their team. A lot of you guys probably asking why I didn't do a video on that. Well, I don't think it's his time yet. Maybe he's a project in the future. Maybe, you know, this guy has incredible arm talent. Maybe he's one of these guys where you say, you know, if the ship comes apart or if the train goes off the track this year, maybe we see a little bit of him, and maybe he's a project for Canales. But that's a future talk right here. He will be on the practice squad. All right. Also, last year, what do we know about this Carolina Panthers coming into this season? Okay. We know that they had a lot of giveaways and had a lot of penalties. Last year, 22 giveaways. They had a -5 in giveaways to takeaway ratio, which is not good. Very not good, okay? Total penalties, 118 total penalties with over 947 penalty yards. So this team has gave the ball away as well as beat themselves a lot, okay? 947 yards. On average, this team had 6.94 penalties a game. It's almost 7 penalties per game by the Carolina Panthers, you can guarantee you. So, unfortunately, that's kind of been the sentiment of this team for the last couple of years. They were a top 10 penalized team going into the season. They led the league in false starts and delay of games. You can't beat yourself, man. These are the things when I preach about, like, people want to say Bryce Young, Bryce Young, Bryce Young, Bryce Young. These are things as a team that mentally show me, are you focused or not, right? This right here says I'm not focused as a team, right? So we led the league in penalties, false starts, delay a game. And check this out. Anything you could do, I could do better. Well, the special teams one-up them. That's right, #1 special teams penalty per game. Not only were we the not only were we a top 10 penalized team, we were also the #1 penalized special teams. So you can't beat yourselves, man. I don't care if you're playing I don't care if you're playing a high school team. If you beat yourselves, you're probably going to lose. So this is what we know about the Panthers so far. Going into the season now, we know Adam Thielen is gone. This is probably one of the youngest wide receiver group in Carolina Panthers history, 24 and a half years old. This team as a whole was top 15 when it comes to drops. Okay, above average, slightly above average. 14th most drops in the league from this wide receiver unit. Can't happen. People cry about Bryce Young, Bryce Young, Bryce Young, Bryce Young. 14th most drops in the league. Total, this team had 24 total drops from this wide receiving core last year. And the guy with the famous coon sandwich had 8 drops, which is out of 81 targets, 14% drop rate, was the 3rd highest in the league. That's right. Not only will you be able to get a coon sandwich, you'll also be able to watch him drop. Last year, Xavier got 8 drops on 81 targets, 14% drop rate, 3rd highest in the league. This young receiving core is going to be asked to do a lot. And as I said before, with the word young, if you go up and type in the synonym for the word young, you'll see what comes with it, inexperience. You know what I mean? You'll see there's a lot of different metaphors, synonyms for euphemism, right? So somebody's going to step up and separate themselves and mature really, really fast, okay? There is nobody. I know a lot of people wanted Thielen to stay around here, and a lot of people wanted some kind of veteran to be in that locker room. And Hunter Renfro's there, but at the end of the day, this is a young receiving core, and they're going to have to bud faster than expected. Okay, and I'm okay with that. It's going to come with some lumps and bumps. It's going to come with some wins, some losses. It's going to come with some drops and some catches. But, you know, experience is the greatest teacher, so nonetheless, this is what we're working with, okay? Last year, defensively, historical lows across the board, man. Run defense last year, 179.8 yards per game. I mean, 179.8 yards given up per game. Allowed 31.4, which was an NFL record low. Panthers give up 31.4 points a game. NFL record low on average. Passing yards per game was 224.7, which was 23rd. And the Jaguars were 257, which was last. So while people are crying about Bryce Young and everybody's hopping on Trevor Lawrence, you know, who I'm not a fan of, they were dead last in passing yards per game. Not only that, man, defensively, when it comes to setting NFL record lows, when it comes to points given up, guess what else? Anything you can do, I can do better. Well, watch this. The Carolina Panthers, 3rd down conversion rate allowed. Over 50.2% of the time, they gave up 3rd down conversion, which was a historical low. When you hear the word historical and low in the same sentence, it's not good, okay? Historical low in points, historical low in conversion. I mean, if you can't get off the field, you're going to lose. Okay? So this is what we know. These are mental focuses, right? These are things. This is what to look for going into the Jaguars game. Okay? What to expect here, y'all? Liam Coleman is the former Buccaneers offensive coordinator. He's the head coach now. I'm not sure if he'll be calling all the plays, but it's hard for me not to believe that he'll have a impact on this offensive play call. Liam Coleman, Baker Mayfield made magic last year. They run a lot of condensed alignments, okay, with motion sets, smash, dig routes, spot routes that leads to natural rubs, which help beat man and zone coverage. Last year in Tampa, they had a balanced attack on the ground and the air. It's hard for me not to believe that they're going to try to replicate that in Jacksonville. Over 400 plus yards in 10 games last year. Baker Mayfield, Liam Coleman's offense, 400 plus yards in 10 games, including 3 games where they went over 500 yards, averaging over 5.2 yards per carry over 16 games. So they ran the ball to the tune of 5.2 yards per catch. That's what Bucky Urban, okay? They were also, here, anything you do, they could do better. Not only were they one of the most efficient offenses in the league, they were also the best, number 1, when it comes to third down conversion. Liam Coleman's offense is known for utilizing what players do well. Okay? They're not trying to fit a square into a hole. They use the versatility of their weapons. And the Jaguars got guys like Etienne, Travis Hunter. This might be a perfect fit for these guys. And I think you may see a resurgence of Travis Etienne out the backfield. Let's take a look at something. So what are these magical mesh routes and concept routes or condensed routes? Here's an example, a dig route. High-low concepts here where you're attacking the flat when you're also attacking the safety and you're also attacking the underneath. You really compromise this defense at so many different levels, okay? This is perfect for a Travis Hunter, a guy who's not a polished route runner, but because of the natural design of scheme, he's going to find his way open, okay? Guys like Brian Thomas Jr. Last year on post routes had an accuracy of 97.4 when it comes to the post route. He loves the post route. Okay, so again, high-low concept right here. You got the post, you got the underneath, you got the flat, and you also got the Z coming across the field. You compromise this defense so many different positions, right? So meaning that one of these guys is going to be open, given their natural God-given ability and talent. Okay, so that's a dig route. Then you have the spot route, same concept. You see where everybody's bunched up here? You're going to find yourself rubbing in between one another. You compromise the defense, okay? Whether it be man, whether it be zone. You know what I mean? You naturally have to fight across picks and rubs, which, again, for somebody who's not as polished of a route runner in Travis Hunter, he's going to love this. I mean, I promise you, if he has a big play, it's going to come out of one of these 3 concepts, whether it's spot, whether it's rub, what is the other one? Spot, rub, and there's one more, I believe. It's going to come out of one of these situations right here. And this is where, you know, you praise Michael Jackson and you praise J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn's a great cornerback, but he's a guy that relies on physicality, okay? So how do you beat somebody with physicality? You naturally create rubs and picks to make them fight across the guidon. You know, make them fight across the garbage right here. So it's going to be a lot of opportunity to use that space. I mean, they got guys that can use that space, okay? Now, when it comes to Anthony Campanelli's defense, former Packers defensive coordinator here, what can you expect? Well, it looks like they're going to be running some 4-3, some 3-4 spacing, okay? Even 4 down front, pretty much as the default, mixing in some 3-4 spacing out of nickel. Occasionally, they will have some bare front 5-man to help out with the early downs when it comes to stopping the run. When it comes to coverage here, you got coverage 3, coverage 1 with a post-high safety, all right? Going against trips, spread, some quarters, and match third down and match up against man as well. Shout out to True Block for that super sticker. Thank you, brother. I greatly appreciate that, all right? You're going to get some robber look in which your safety kind of hangs around the middle. I know the Panthers like to do a lot of crossing route, drag routes. Well, this is very dangerous against this defense like that. Running these 3 high, cover 3 with the robber in the middle, or cover 1 could lead to a pick early. This could be where Travis Hunter gets busy, maybe a safety pick. I don't know. The main concept of this defense is to create confusion, and changing different alignment allows for them to adjust on the fly. So whether you try to run the ball at them, you got personnel packages where they can be prepared for the run, or they can be prepared for the pass. And I'll show you a little bit of that, okay? Shout out to What's Up Doug, man. Even forefront right here, good for pass rushing here. If you see this front right here, you know, they're coming for you. And what this does is nobody's covering the center, okay? Nobody's covering the center. What you're going to create is like a fan approach. You're going to have this offensive line spread out because nobody's on your center. Your center's going to want to double team. Your center does double team. Let's say he double teams his nose right here. You got your two edge rushers coming off. Now you just got a hole for one of these linebackers to blitz. You just made life tough on your center, okay? So if you see this right here, this is more likely great for pass rushing, maybe early downs, okay? Next up, you got a nickel. You got 3-4 spacing out of a nickel. Again, this is literally essentially nothing more than a 3-4. They just take a linebacker out. You got your nickel back in here, okay? You got your Mike, you got your Will, you got your Jack right here. Your Jack is going to drop back into the play coverage. You also got your nickel in here. You got your 5 DBs. You got your corner, safety. You get your free safety, your nickel, your corner. This helps against alignments when it comes to stopping the run. If they come out of there and they try to run the ball, guess what? My Jack is up here on the edge. He's helping out. This Jack right here is going to be somebody that not going to be a liability when it comes to run or passing, right? So they come out here 3-4 wide. You can say, well, this guy who I got at my Jack is a guy that can come up, stuff the run, come off that edge, but he's also a guy who can drop back in coverage without being a liability. So again, this is a 3-4 essentially with a nickel facing, right? I mean, 3-4 spacing out of a nickel alignment here. Same concept here. Shout out to Chris Grigg for that super sticker. Thank you, brother. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Let me know if I'm going too fast, okay? Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the cover 3 with the safety robber here. You're essentially protecting the deep ball, right? This defense is designed to protect big plays down the field, but also to help have around 8 defenders around the line of scrimmage to stay close in case there's a duck down, in case there's a run, right? The only bad thing about this is if you got some guys that can really threaten the seam, and I don't, you know, that's up to you. If you believe Carolina got some guys that can threaten the seam, you know what I mean? Maybe T-Mac is that guy now. If you got wide receivers that can threaten the seam, you make life hard on this free safety, okay? Because he's the only one back there. There's no help, okay? So if you got guys that can really threaten the seam, or you got guys that can get out in the flat rather quickly, you make life hard on these guys, okay? You get somebody out the backfield that can scoop. Now you're essentially asking for a linebacker to cover the flat. You're dealing with somebody that can, you know, got some wheels on them that can move. That's going to be a mismatch. I'll take that mismatch all day. But if you're coming out here, this is what happens if you get down. You know what I mean? If you get down in the game and you know, hey, I got to take a shot, this is when this becomes really effective. You got your strong safety coming down who's playing middle of the field. He's the robber, okay? So if those crossing routes, those drag routes, you know what I mean? If you try to throw it deep, it's gone. It's taken away, right? You try to cross route right there, your safety's the robber, taking that shit all the way to the house. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So just got to be mindful of this. This defense is very versatile, man. And this is where you're going to see Travis Hunter really make some plays. I think the liability, too, is if you get a one-on-one matchup and your wide receiver is better than these cornerbacks. Good for us. I don't think none of these cornerbacks are stars to me that can shut us down. I know we're young and I know we're inexperienced. None of these cornerbacks are just outright. We're not facing a Jair Alexander. We're not facing a Marlon Humphreys. We're not facing a Sauce Gardner. You know, so if they do line up here where we got to take a deep shot, it's literally a 50-50 toss up. You know what I mean? Unless we got somebody that's a seam breaker. You know what I mean? We got a wide receiver that's a seam breaker. Who's our slot receiver? A slot receiver that we got, I don't know if it's Renfro or whatever, they can get busy in this right here, okay? Shout out to Junkie of the Year. He said, this content is so refreshing. Shout out to the 95ers. Salute to the 95ers, man. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you subscribe for me, man. Hit the like button and share, man. I try to take my time to give you guys a treat. Here's another example of what they like to do is to cover one safety, one high, post safety, okay? Again, this helps out with the tight end, which I don't think they'll be in a lot of this because we don't, you know, unless our tight end just start taking over, right? We've seen Jatavion Sanders come out, have a great camp. So if that just, you know, translate to actual gameplay, which has yet to be seen, if that translate, they're probably going to be lined up in this where, okay, my safety's going to be walked down, helping out against this tight end. Also, it's great run support, right? Because you still can run out of this front if he's going to block. If that tight end's going to stay in and block instead of going off a pass. And you also can rush 5 people out of this front, okay? The only bad thing about it is there's no help for the underneath crossing, breaking route, pick routes, and play actions and out routes are amazing against this defense. Okay, that's what you're looking at. So more than likely, if the Panthers try to be conservative and try to just play pitch and catch with the tight end and also run, I can see them going cover one. Okay, but the way to beat this would probably be that crossing route and those pick routes. And if we get the ball going earlier, man, I think we can get some play action out of this. I don't think they'll be in this very much if we do what we need to do. Okay, keys to winning today, man. Let's keep it a stack. Keys to winning. We got to run the ball. Okay, we definitely got to run the ball. I mean, if what's the name is not running the ball to the tune of Chuba Hubert's not running the ball to a tune of 20 plus carries a game or this game, I'm going to be concerned. This Jacksonville defense with Devon Hamilton and Derek Armstead, they're very, very soft. Okay, no disrespect to Jacksonville at all, but I'm calling it like it is. Those guys are soft. They were one of the worst defenses when it comes to run stuffing. One of the worst defense when it comes to defending the pass. There's no valuable reason you can convince me. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your credentials is. There's no valuable reasons why the Carolina Panthers can't win this game. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you, okay? So we got to run the ball, and I think that's the first way we do it. Next way we do it, we can't beat ourselves. We can't beat ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. If we beat ourselves, then the game is a wrap, okay? Can't turn over, can't get false start. We led the league in false start, had turnovers galore. We can't do that. Although the Jaguars aren't who people, I guess Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be some kind of savior. Shout out to Brian Thomas Jr. No disrespect to him. He's a freak. Okay? He's a freak. But we can't beat ourselves. Okay? Next up, we got to dominate the line of scrimmage. Everybody's crying and whining. I'm sick of that. Everybody's crying and whining. Keenan McQuarrie hurt. Robert Hunt hurt. I don't care. These guys are professionals, right? Next man up. You mean to tell me we professional athletes, including backups, I mean, they don't have the capability to do a job that they're being paid to do? It's unfortunate. Of course, I don't want to go into no game with my backups, but heck, why are they on the team if I don't have confidence in them? Okay? We got to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, which is very much doable. This offensive line for the Jaguars only allowed 1.6 yards per carry before the running back got an actual. So my point is this. The Jaguars can't run the ball. You know what I mean? One of the worst teams. We upgraded with Treshaun Wharton. We got Bobby Brown, who's mysteriously in the back of the bench for whatever reason, with Ashawn Robinson starting on the depth chart. We'll talk about that later on. But hey, and you got Derek Brown back. Control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Panthers win this game. I don't care what nobody says. Okay. Next up, protect Bryce Young. Simple, man. You know, whether you like him, when you love him, when you hate him, when you don't. You protect Bryce Young gives you a chance. The little guy out here, you know, big brain, big heart, he makes plays. He will make plays if you protect him. Okay? Next up, Bryce, do not play hero ball. I don't need a hero. I don't need a Patrick Mahomes. I don't need a Josh Allen. Okay? I just need you to be manageable, right? We know what you can do physically, and we know what your limitations are, okay? So please do not come out here to play hero ball. Take what they give you, be smart, be efficient, and let's get out of Jacksonville with a dub. How's that sound? So no hero ball there. The next way to win is which guy's gonna step up? Which wide receiver's gonna step up? Here it is. Here it is. This is your chance. You can be a hero or you can be the GOAT. Adam Thielen's gone. Jalen Coker was my nod for the next man up, but Coker's out as well. So, you know, hey man, who's gonna show up Sunday? Who's gonna show up Sunday? Bottom line, you're literally dealing with Jerron Jackson from Florida State, second-year cornerback, and you're dealing with my dude from the University of Georgia, other cornerback. Both of these cornerbacks are mid. And you got two average safeties. These guys should be able to pick these guys apart down the field. If we establish the run and do what we got to do, somebody better step up. Somebody better step up. Last but not least, We got to dictate the game to the opponent. Don't allow for the game to be dictated to us, okay? They're going to want to come out. They're going to want to just fly off the edge, okay? That's what I'm telling you what they're going to do. They're going to come out and they're just going to want to fly off the edge. Josh Allen and Trevion Walker are going to want to fly off the edge. If you allow for them to do that, night-night. Game over. You're going to be down by 28 at halftime. Don't dictate that. And that goes not only for the players, for the coaches. Be smart. You see that? You see them come out there in that 4 even front, want to just pin their ear back? Screen them to death. You know what I mean? Take your shots. You can't be scared to take your shots. I know this. Going into the first half, at the end of the first half, we better at least have 3 or 4 shots down the field. We better not come out here playing no conservative ball. You better take these shots. You know, went out here and got all these weapons, and Xavier Legate got his own coon sandwich and all this other stuff, and T-Mac is a top 5 prospect or top 10 you better take your shots. I don't care about no left tackle being out. You move the pocket, you do some rollouts. You can, add action tight end for blocking. Do what you got to do. Take your shots. Dictate the game. We're not coming out here tiptoeing around Jacksonville. Jacksonville don't scare me like that. I'm not tiptoeing around Jacksonville. We're going to come out and we're going to dictate to you how we play Carolina ball. That's how you win the game. No more, pea-footing around. We're not pea-footing around with these boys. We coming to your trap, we taking over your trap, and we walking out of there with a dub. Because that's how we going to play the game. Okay? All right? All right, man. That's sorry about that. I'm hyped up, man. Y'all don't get me started before the season here. Let me go back to my main screen, man. That's my little presentation for you. Look, tune in Friday. We're gonna go in and out of the actual depth chart. We're gonna look at the matchups. I didn't want to get too far in today. Again, I just wanted to kind of give you guys just a little basic understanding of what they're gonna try to do, right? So Friday, come back to me. Let's say what, 6:30 same time. Let's take a look at inside out the matchups, how we match up with Brian Thomas Jr., J.C. Horn matchup there, how we match up offensively, all that good stuff. We're gonna go really into detail. That will be my final live before we actually go live on Sunday, okay? So you don't want to miss that either. We're gonna break it down. But in closing here, I want to say this: are the Carolina Panthers mentally prepared? Get in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys, okay? That's why I went live today. I want to hear from you guys. And you tell me, are the Carolina Panthers mentally prepared? We've seen what they did all offseason. We've seen the training camp. We've seen the injuries. Please don't reiterate that. I know that. I even seen the point to where people say, are they tough? Is this team tough? The coach got to teach guys how to be tough. It is my personal belief that the Carolina Panthers are going to do some things really well this year. I got this team dead at 6 wins. Okay? And this is one of them. I really like the progression that this front office has made for the future. It's going to get better, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You can't fix Rome in a day. Okay? But the direction we're heading is good. This is put up or shut up for Bryce Young. This is what this is. They came out here. They got 2 quarterbacks on the roster. They got him and Andy Dalton, and they got Henry. Nobody's behind you. Nobody. This is on you. It's on you, champ. They got your $100 million off the line. They got your top 10 receiver. This is on you, champ. Okay? But as a team, man, I think we can do something special this year, man. We can overcome the odds, man. If we play as a team, we don't beat ourselves. We control the line of scrimmage, man. Man, I swear to God, bro, I believe in this team. If they can come out and do the things that they need to do to win, right? No excuses, man. As a fan, no excuses. Support your team, show up, you know what I mean? But also don't be afraid to be critical, right? Don't be afraid to be critical of them in fairness, but love them and praise them the same. Just as you had a kid, right? You got a kid, you love your kid, but when they make mistakes, you're critical of them. I'm the same kind of content creator. I'm the same kind of fan. These boys are going to be all right. I swear to you, they're going to be all right, ladies and gentlemen. Today, tomorrow, I don't know that. They're going to be all right. Tune in Friday. I got my score prediction for you and all the other good stuff. Let's go to the comment section. I don't want to leave out of here without reading the comment section. You guys have been awesome today, man. Y'all got me feeling like the Wolf of Wall Street up in here. Yeah, give yourselves a clap. Y'all got me feeling good today, man. Yeah, y'all been awesome, man. Love you guys, man. Let's get in this comment section and let's see what's going on. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe, hit the like button, share. Yeah, thank you guys. Let's read a couple comments here, man. Shout out to KJ. He said, great thing, green thing content. Could never do this. Shout out to him. Shout out to Cosmotron. Yes, sir. How you doing? Underground West, he said, we agree. Shout out to Junkie. He said, Country Bumpkin got us a Cooper sandwich. Right, we got to play aggressively. Yes, sir. Let's come out here. Let's start fast. Let's get on their butts. And let's win, right? Let's win, right? You know, I believe in this, dog. And I'm not fanatically, right? A lot of you guys, you look at me, oh, he's a fanatic fan. I love my team, dog, but I'm not delusional, right? I will tell you when they don't have a chance. And this is not one of them, dog. We got a very good chance to put the B to the A. B to the A, dog. Rock Solid says control the trenches. Absolutely. You know, the first thing people look at when you see Jacksonville, they look at Brian Thomas Jr. and they look at Trevor Wallace, Trevion Walker, go, dog, sick and woo, woo, woo. They got Trevion Walker and they look at Josh Allen, right? And those are phenomenal players. All of them are phenomenal players. But as a team, they sucked last year. Jaguars are like us. You got an unproven quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, a guy who's he's at least made the playoff and won a playoff game. He's been up and down. People still don't know what to make out of Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? He's been injured. This Jaguars defense has a couple pieces that do well, but as a unit, they haven't been well. So that I don't get the just like the overglazing. It's like an overglazing with this team. This is not the Eagles. This is not the Chiefs. This is not the Ravens. This is not the Bills. I can see why people glaze those teams. This is the Jaguars. These guys are a step below the Panthers. Matter of fact, they were way below the Panthers when it comes to passing yards per. One of the worst teams is running the ball. I can at least say we got better running the ball over them. I know that much. Come on now. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to What's Up, Doug. He said, let me take a screenshot to see how Big Cat game plan matches with Sunday. Yes, sir. Do that. Thank you. I'm glad you said that. I want to challenge you with something, y'all. Sunday, I want you guys to check out and see how they line up and what plays they make. Look at this video. Go back and look at this video when I get done and keep a screen recording or take your screenshot. And if you see a play being made out of one of those formations, let me know. Let me know. That's Liam Combs' offense right there. That's his. Just go and listen. I'm telling you, if Trevor Hunter gets off, it's gonna be out of one of those condensed formations, right? The spot formation. You know what I mean? Just check it out. The mesh concept. Check it out. You can say, man, that nigga Big Cat knew what he was talking about. Just check it out. Yeah. Shout out to Underground West. He says, great content. Hey, Mr. Wesley, how you doing? Shout out to Underground West. Shout out to Jay Wiki. He said, what's up, Big Cat? Game day is coming. Laughs are coming. Laugh out loud. I hear you. Homicide said, man, you're my favorite Carolina Panthers YouTuber. I hope Bryce picks up where he left off at and show us why he was #1. Thank you for both of that, man. I appreciate this, man. Hey, man, I'm getting back in the saddle with this thing here. And it's been a pleasure to be your favorite YouTuber, man. And yes, I hope Bryce Young does pick up right where he left off at. Shout out to Mr. West, the Big Cat. All these years we didn't have a winning season because of Tepper. It was never fixed. Well, a new chapter begins tomorrow, right? New chapter begins tomorrow, and there's opportunity for us to build on that, right? Yeah, it's been rough, y'all. It's been rough. I know. Hey, listen, nobody's crying. I had a Super Bowl party in 2015, and I threw everybody out of my house. And my best friend at the time, well, he's still my best friend, I guess. He wouldn't leave the house, so I had to go hide in the bathroom. I had a Super Bowl party when Cam Newton didn't jump on the ball, and yeah, I told everybody, get out my house, get out. We had Philly cheesesteaks, we had pizza, we had everything. I told everybody, just take as much as you want to. And my best friend, he wouldn't leave. So I told my wife, I'm going to go sit in the bathroom, tell him I'm sick. He wouldn't leave. So I know, my point is, I know the pain. I know the pain, dog. But you know, that's not going to stop me from being optimistic, right? And if it's not this year, so what? We're going to keep on pounding. We're going to keep on pushing, dog. You know what I mean? We're going to talk a little trash in between, but, you know, it is what it is, man. Okay? Shout out to Cosmotron. He said, for sure, we need you to run up the game more. Yes, Sunday, 1 o'clock, I will be here doing play-by-play. We will be with the sponsor, Assist, okay? assists. So if you guys want actual up-to-date, same time, same quarter reaction, you go over to assist, okay? I will put the link in the chat before the game. It's going to, I'm so thank you, Lord. Just so grateful for this opportunity to come back and be fresh. Don't this feel good, y'all? Talking football, it just feels so fresh. Thank you guys for that opportunity. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for being here, okay? Okay. Shout out to Big Rick. He said that stuff hurt. Yeah, it did hurt. I know it hurt. I know it hurt. Let me scroll up and read some more comments here. Jermaine said, get pressure on Trevor Lawrence and establish the run game. Yes. If we do that, if we get pressure on Lawrence and we establish the run game, this is a W. I'll give you my score prediction Friday. But I do have us winning, okay? Let's see. Let me scroll up and read a couple more comments here. Thank you guys for the super stickers, man. Chris, True Block, Junkie of the Year. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to MJ for those super stickers, man. Right off the bat, just like that. I appreciate that. What's up, Doug says, my panic meter is at a 5 right now. I'm not worried about the O-line. It's supposed to be a strength. We had depth. We have a great position. I don't blame you for you being a little bit panicky with this offensive line. I told you sometimes it feels like being a Panthers fan is kind of cursed. I'm not sure what that's about, man. It just seems like at the wrong time injuries happen. Trades and all kind of weird stuff, man. But, man, I'm not going to be the one to tell you not to panic. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. My optimism is telling me we're going to win. Despite man. And plus, I don't fear Jacksonville, man. I don't fear Jacksonville, brother. But, I mean, shoot. Count it all joy, my brother. Count it all joy. Shout out to MJ for another super sticker, brother. Thank you. Thank you, brother MJ, for that super sticker. Yes, sir. Shout out to CJ Hill. He said, Cohen's play calling scares me. He has the Bucs offense humming last year. Absolutely. Yeah, as I put in the presentation last year, he had over 10 games of 400-plus yard offense. 10 games, 400-plus yard offense, including 3 over 500. So, yeah, you should be a little bit scared. But shout out to CJ. Yeah, you should be a little bit scared. I'm just when I look at the concept that he's running, man. I ain't gonna pull it back up, but I'm gonna go back here. When I look at the concept he's running with these mesh routes, these pick routes, spot routes, and dig routes and stuff like that, it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, right? It's literally just using your own body against you, own body and own space against you, and it's really, really, really hard to defend against athletic players, right? When you got guys like Travis Hunter, even Travis Etienne out the backfield, man, it's hard to defend because it's all about spacing, man. And this cornerback room, I don't believe is strong enough to kind of keep up with that. I mean, outside of J.C. Horn, I think he's gonna be all right, but who knows, man? We'll see, man. If you really want to see how the Panthers look, here I'm gonna give you a little homework. Okay, let me give you a little homework. If you want to see how the Panthers look against the Jaguars offense, go and look at the Buccaneers game. The last. I'm gonna give you a look. Come here. Go look at the Buccaneers game. The last 2 times we faced them. Central same offense. If you want to look and know what the Jaguars offense look like, go look at the Buccaneers game last year. The last 2 times. That's all I'm telling you, man. Just do a little homework tonight. I think it's on YouTube. You can watch full games. Go. If you're okay with that offense, that's a little taste of what you're going to give. Just different personnel. Yeah, just different personnel. And I don't expect for it to come out here to be T for T, the exact same thing. Again, Liam Cohen does a great job of adapting his play according to his personnel that he had, right? So obviously they didn't have a Travis Hunter-like player on their wide receiver room, right? So, it's going to be some small, subtle differences, but for the most part, he's not going to move to a whole different team and switch up a whole new offense, right? That'd be crazy for him just to design a whole new scheme. For the most part, he's going to carry that same offense. So, I'm going to give you some homework. As soon as I get off this live, go on YouTube, type in Panthers versus Buck, week 17, what was it, week 17 or week 16, and then look at it. That's what you're going to face. That's what you're essentially going to face, okay? Shout out to What's Up, Hey, brother. He says Sunday will tell us everything we've been waiting on. Like you said, Big Cat, Christmas is right around the corner. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited. I don't know why I'm super excited. I know there's a lot of injuries and a lot of things to be doubtful about, but I could care less. I'm wanting to see Jalen Croker take the next step, and he's out. I want to see his offensive line fully healthy, and they're not. But my joy is through the roof, brother. I don't know why I'm so joyful right now. I don't. I can't describe it. And I'm not a hype beast, right? A lot of people say, well, he's a hype beast. No. I've been hypercritical of Bryce Young all off season long. But just choosing, I guess, look at it differently, my brother. I could be absolutely wrong here. Okay. Shout out to Khalid, Mr. West. He says, week 1 is a challenge for us right now. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. Is week 1 a must-win game? Is week 1 a must-win game? You tell me. Because if we get out mentally, do you think this team, being so young on offense, do you think that this team can overcome an 0-1 start, knowing they have to go on the road, right? So obviously, I know it's not a must-win when I say, obviously, you still got 17 games left, right? I'm saying must-win as far as mentality. So look at this, mentality, right? Let me rephrase that. Mentally, is this a must-win game? Because mind you, if you lose here in Jacksonville, now you got to take that on the road and go face Arizona, who I'm presumably will beat beat the Saints. My answer, maybe so. Maybe so. This young, you'll be surprised what momentum does for a person, a team, or even a business, right? If you can ride that momentum, you can make magic happen. Same with like negativity, right? If you get into a negative funk or negative slump, you can ride that negative funk or negative slump into the ground, bro. So it just, and what scares me is this euphemism, right? Let me show you something real quick. Hold on, let me show you something real quick. We got a little time. Y'all got a little time. Hold on. Let me show you something. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe and all that other good stuff for me, please. Subscribe, hit the like button, share. Okay. I did this on my other channel, but I'm gonna do it here for you guys. Let me show you guys something. When I think of youth, when I think of young, I want you to look on your screen here. What do you see? The word young, youthful, adolescence, inexperience, juvenile, immature, youngish, childlike, undeveloped, raw, ununiform, unripe, infantile, unfinished. You understand what I'm doing here? When I think about the Carolina Panthers young core, and you ask me, is this game a must-win game? I think about the word young. If this was a veteran-led team and you go down early 0-1, maybe even 0-2, maybe we can stomach that. But knowing that this is a young-led team, dog, when I see the word youth or young, this is what I think of. I see adolescence. I see inexperience. I see immature. I see undeveloped. I see raw. I see unfinished, unfledged. So when you ask the big cat, is this a must-win game? I think so. I think so. Just because of that. Young people, their attention spans is short, right? So it's like, man, you can undo a person's mentality or mindset just like that, man. So to me, a win would do more for us than a loss could do, right? Because everybody loses, you come out here and lose, guess what happens? Oh, it's the same old Panthers. Oh, that's the next thing that's coming. Same old Panthers, can't win, you know what I mean? And then guess what happens? Because let me tell you something, believe it or not, and I've talked to some players before. I'm not going to, I don't want to mention somebody's player's name, right? I've been podcasting for a while on my old channel. Don't worry about the old channel. Just it's dead right now. Okay, but my old channel, I had a privilege to be able to reach out, talk to a few players in the past, stuff like that. And they watch social media, they watch YouTube, they watch the Instagram, they watch Twitter, they hear you guys' feedback, they watch your negative comments. So week one, could you imagine the social atmosphere that these guys will be facing if they lose? And from a young team, again, I'm using the word young, like I said earlier, from a young team that's engaged in social media like that, this could destroy them, man. I don't know. I think this might be a must-win game, man. But, to me, I just want to see strides and progress. Shout out to Jason Smith. He said, we'll see some great strides, but the holes will show themselves. Absolutely. I mean, to sit here and say that I need a young team to be perfect, that's asinine. That's asinine. I would never come out here and say this young team got to be perfect, right? I expect for at least one turnover. I'm expecting for at least one turnover by this team, right? But I'm also expecting for this team to overcome challenges, right? Okay? People are like, as much as young is synonymous with immaturity, undevelopment, young is also synonymous with talent, you know what I mean? Talent, ability, you know what I mean? So people want to talk about this young receiving core, what they can't do. You're talking about Malik Neighbors, who came into the league last year as a rookie and scorched the earth. Brian Thomas Jr., as a rookie, came in here and scorched the earth. I'm looking at young players that can come in here and have huge impacts, right? Why can't that be T-Mac? So, I mean, I don't expect for them to be perfect, man, but I do expect for them to show me something, dog. Especially Xavier Legette. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Maybe I'm wrong for this mindset. But Xavier Legette, he's on thin ice with me. I'm just going to keep it a buck. He's been on thin ice with me. I don't know the man personally, but, your boy's been doing a whole heck of a lot. He getting raccoon sandwiches named after him, and you're sitting here with 14% drop rate, eight drops out of 81 targets, 14% drop rate, third highest in the league. Yeah, man, that kind of bothers me, right? You're dating Cardi B, or what's her name? What's the name? You're out here dating Glorilla, and you're on, that bothers me, dog. I ain't hating on no man, dog. I ain't finna hate on no man, dog. But, take care of your business, dog. You know what I mean? Now, if one of these, like Saquon Barkley, want to go out here and date a superstar or go out here and be all on TV showing his teeth, I would have no problem with it because he earned that right. But, at this point, I think Legette Legette better show up. This is year 2. And don't let T-Mac outplay him Sunday. Mess around and let T-Mac outplay you Sunday. Mess around and let T-Mac outplay Legette. Coming to you next Sunday, Carolina Panthers give T-Mac a new Hawaiian sandwich. The Panthers are discontinuing the raccoon sandwich. And you're going to hear Sunday, the Panthers are discontinuing the raccoon sandwich, and they're making a new Hawaiian sandwich in honor of T-Mac. I'll buy that for $1. Yeah. Man, it feels good to be back. Who y'all got real quick? Cowboys or Eagles tomorrow? Who y'all got? Cowboys, Eagles tomorrow, man. Holla at me, man. Let me know. Everybody on the Eagles bandwagon? Oh, it feels good to be home, man. Shout out to Underground West. He said Bryce said in his interview today that it's a pivotal year for this team. I'm glad he knows that. Yeah. And while he's talking about the team, I hope he means himself. But you're right, absolutely. I'm glad. Listen, there's no excuses for me. This is going to tell me whether or not they pick up his 4th-year option or not, or 5th-year option. I'm sorry. Yep. Shout out to Higo. He says week 1 is a must-win for the Panthers. I agree. From a mentality standpoint. Yep. Y'all say y'all got the Eagles winning? Yeah, I got the Eagles winning too. Yep. Absolutely, man. I'm gonna read a few more questions, then I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Mr. West says too soon to tell whether or not it's a must-win game. I hear that. Shout out to Homicide. He said, "What's the other channel? I had it on my YouTube, and I couldn't find it for a while." It was called Panthers Uncensored, but it's gone. Yeah, that channel's gone now. Yeah. What else we got up here? Is that it? Oh, shout out to CJ Hill. He said, I fear ourselves more than I fear the Jaguars. Yeah, I feel the same way. People talking about the Jaguars as if they're the Philadelphia Eagles. Bye. If we come out here, I guarantee you, if we're plus, our plus minus ratio is over when it comes to turnover versus giveaway, I promise we win this game. If our plus minus ratio when it comes to penalties and delay of games is plus, I promise we win this game. I promise you we win this game. Don't beat yourselves. Recipe for disaster, okay? Recipe for winning, I'm sorry. Shout out to Trio. He said, y'all forgot what Canales said. He said, a couple weeks ago, Bryce is starting to learn Leggett. Why is this just not happening in year 2 when he handpicked Bryce Young to be drafted? Yeah. I don't know, man. I wish I had that answer for you. It's been a lot of funky, I guess, managing of certain players. I don't know. I told you when you're young, those guys don't be mentally dialed in all the way. I don't know what that was about. You know what I mean? You're right. From last time I checked, his daddy wanted him to have Xavier Leggett and for them to come out. Sometimes it's best for them just to shut up, right? The fact that we know that Bryce came out and told us that he's just now learning Xavier Leggett, that doesn't look good on him. It would have been better for him just to be quiet, you know what I mean? But I guess it's never too late to learn somebody. Shoot. You know what I mean? Shout out to Supernova Moore. He said, Big Cat, I'm glad you back to football. Me too, brother. Me too. Okay. With that being said, let me get up out of here, man. I love you guys. No homo, man. Keep pounding, man. 95ers, let me hear you roar. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, comment, tell somebody about us, man. We new up and coming around here. Tune in Friday, and then also tune in Sunday, right? We will be going live, play by play, all right? So I love you guys. Pause up, 95ers. Let me hear you roar. We up out of here, okay?